All right, so we get a lot of inquiries from e-commerce stores who are either just starting out or don't really have the budget or the revenue yet to properly invest in SEO. But what that means is basically you should still be doing SEO yourselves to some level. Really, if you just leave SEO, it's going to take you a long time to get to a good point where you can then budget for SEO. So here's a few things that I would start doing. If I just launched an e-commerce store, here's some very basic stuff you have to do um, to ensure the future success of your SEO. So from day one, really, you have to ensure a proper site structure. So what that means basically is a correct category and product page structure. So that means really thinking about and organizing your products into the correct categories, and making sure you have solid keyword research for both of those areas, particularly the categories. That's going to be a big game changer. If you can come up with really good categories for your products, then that's going to be really helpful. Product pages, it can be more difficult to find a good keyword for because that could just be the name of the product that you want to rank for. When I say a parent-child structure, that doesn't necessarily mean URL structure-wise, because often in Shopify and WooCommerce that just isn't possible or it isn't the kind of default way that's set up. So what I mean more than that is just more of a logical way. So you have certain products that fit within certain categories. And then thing number two is basically, as part of that, make sure you've done your keyword research. So, don't just blindly be creating category pages, product pages, blog posts, and that kind of thing. Make sure they're all mapped to a keyword. And the way you do that is, there's lots of SEO tools out there that allow you to do keyword research. There's some free ones. If you don't have the budget for a paid tool, just use a free one to kind of get you started and at least base your decisions off some data. And then what you want to do is aim for achievable keywords. So aim for keywords that other weak websites or other new websites are ranking for. Don't just aim for like the industry leading keywords that are high volume and high competition, because ultimately what will happen within the first couple of years is they will probably make no progress and you'll become frustrated and think, well, SEO doesn't work. But actually you need to aim for where you're currently at, which is going to be a bit easier keywords. And then aim for unique content. So this is a really big one we see a lot of the time. So what some e-commerce stores do is just use the basic manufacturer supplied content. So don't do that. Create your own content. Talk about the features and all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you're doing the SEO basics with all pages. So you want to identify the main keyword for every page. You want to add that to URL, the H1, the title tag, and in the content if possible. Sometimes there's maybe one of those you can't add it to. That's fine, don't worry about that, but try and add it to those as a rule. And as part of this and the above two things, you want to have a rule where if you've identified a keyword, have one page for that keyword. So, if your main product is red shoes, don't have multiple pages about red shoes, because what will happen is you'll start confusing Google. You'll have keyword cannibalization. And basically you will just cause more problems for the future. So what you want to do is just have a really simple keyword map, really simple Excel sheet or Google sheet where you just map out the structure of the website and you go, for this particular page, here's the keyword we want to rank for. Just keep a record of that, update that every month, and make sure you kind of don't end up cannibalizing. And then another big thing you want to kind of work on as soon as possible is increasing the authority of your website. So it's very likely you're going to have like-for-like competitors or people selling some of the same products as you. So one of the differentiators is how powerful your website is. So you want to start getting a trickle of relevant links coming in. So one of the easiest ways to do that is services like Connectivity, previously called Harrow. So that is basically answering journalists' queries for relevant stuff to your product. So sign up for some services like that. Google it. There's about 4 or 5 services like that. If you can just spend 20, 30 minutes on it per day, you'll start ending up with a bunch of okay links coming in. And that's really going to be helpful once you really start working on SEO. And then the final suggestion is, you're probably not going to be in a position where you can pay for done for you SEO with an agency ongoing. So we have a one-off consultation option. So you can look into more detail of that by going to searchant.co/ecom. But here's a little bit more about that. So this screenshot is just some results we got from a previous consultation. So the main things we would do together in that consultation are we would review your site live together. It would go like, here are the things that are wrong, here's the things that you need to work on. We would spend the next 50 minutes coming up with a plan. So here's the next 5 things you should work on, and then we just have a general kind of Q&A to make sure you understand the plan, you understand the roadmap, and you're kind of good for the next 3, 6, 12 months to kind of progress the site on your own. So yeah, hope all those tips are useful. If you're stuck on this kind of thing, just book a consultation, and we'll look at your ecom site together, and we'll get you off point in the right direction.